And then the little brush that comes for applicator. Look at that. So nice. This is gonna give us some precise ass application. Hey, what's up? We're back at it again with another video. Welcome or welcome back. In today's video, we have Dior in the house. And if you're ready for today's video, keep on watching. Mwah! So we have a new concealer. This is the Dior Backstage Flash Perfector Concealer. It is caffeine infused, full coverage, natural glow finish, and waterproof. It's only $29. It's not bad at all for a luxury brand concealer. It is made in France. And let me show you this cute ass packaging. Look at this. So pretty. It is available in 22 shades. I picked up 2 shades. This one is 2N. It is for light skin with neutral beige undertone, and 3N. This one is for medium skin tone with neutral undertone. 3N is the same shade that I have in all of my Dior's foundations. The shade of the foundation, it is also 3N. And the shades of the concealer, they're supposed to match the shades of the foundation to the T. So I am going to be swatching this right next to 3N really quick. And let's see if they're the same shades, right? For reference. The 3N on the foundation, it's a bit darker than the concealer, which that's good because the concealer, it should always be a bit lighter than the foundation. The formulation of the foundation, it is also a lot more liquidy. The concealer, it's a little bit thicker. Then I also have the Forever one. This is in the shade 3W though. I fucked up and I bought the wrong shade and I never switched it up. This is too yellow for me, but I'm still gonna swatch it here in case you have this shade and you wanna compare it. Concealer oxidized a little bit. See how it looks a little darker now? But this is 3W. As you can see, that is way too yellow. And then I do have 3N on the Nude Natural Forever Foundation. And this is more like it. Concealer is good for the face and the body and it's supposed to give a fresh effect to the under eyes. Before I bring you all up in my grill and we apply the concealer to the under eyes, I have the Dior Forever Concealer. This is in the shade 15N. And off rip, the formulation of this concealer, it is a lot thicker than the Backstage one. But I'm still going to swatch it right here, which this one is a lot lighter. Dior Forever Concealer does have a little bit more coverage in my opinion than the new one from Dior. But this one, the new one, the Backstage one, have the most beautiful glow. See that? The formulation is thinner than the Forever one. And the Dior Forever, it's also a little bit more matte and drying. So if you have dry under eyes of rip, I recommend you more the new one. So you up close and personal. This concealer is supposed to give you full coverage in one swipe. It's gonna conceal blemishes, dark spots, dark circles, redness. We're gonna apply a little bit right here. Look how precise the brush is. See that? A little bit right here. And then the little brush comes out with just enough product for both of your under eyes. Look, and it's still giving me. So a little bit goes a long way. Look, I love the brush for this. Look at that. And if you flip it, you can actually still go in. I literally only took it out one time and it covered my whole entire face. I'm gonna be blending it with my Rare Beauty concealer brush, and this concealer is supposed to even out, sculpt, brighten in one single step. And wow, look how creamy it is. Look at that. And look how stretchable. Alright, so you have to make sure you don't apply too much because a little bit does go a long way. Oh wow, it blended so fast. Now I'm going to continue blending my chin, my forehead, and then I'm going to leave this under eye for last because I want to see if we do get a little bit more coverage if we leave it sitting there for a little bit. How easy it blends. It is really brightening. I love the way it looks on my nose because you see how it looks like it's actually highlighting my nose. Now let's blend this eye. Look at this formulation. Look how buttery it is. See that? I won't really call it full coverage though. What do you think? This is how it looks. I'll bring you closer. I'm just making sure I don't have no little creasing. I am setting it with my pomegranate under eye powder. All right, I did set both of my under eyes with my little baby right here from pomegranate that never lets me down. I do recommend you to set it, but you only need a little bit of powder. But because the formulation is really movable, it's really stretchy, so if you don't apply at least a little bit of powder, it's gonna move throughout the day. Let's see what's up with the shade 3N. I'm gonna spot conceal this little mark that I have right here, even though I am gonna apply foundation. I love the applicator so much. I'm using the same brush. You still see it. It's right there peeking through. I always apply a little bit of color corrector though to just help it out. But you see what I mean though? It's not full coverage. Do oxidize a little bit. So have that in mind when you're picking your shade up. Damn, I like it. So far, so good. I'm loving the finish. Even though I don't think it's full coverage though, but still, it looks pretty. Let me go finish on my makeup. I'm going to show you how everything looks together after I'm done glamming. I'm going to take you outside, show you how it looks in natural lighting. You already know that jazz. I'm not working today, but I do have a few errands to do. And you're going to come with me. We're going to do little check-ins throughout the day here and there. And I see you here at the end of the day. Mwah! Love you. So I just finished on my makeup. And I do have the concealer. This is the shade 2N. It's like 3 something. I started a little late because I was so tired. Couldn't get off of bed. Today is the 3rd day wear test. And I'm going to try to have it on for at least 8 hours. And here you have it. I'm outside. It's not too sunny right now. But look. Babes, it's 6:30 something. So I already had the concealer on for a little longer than 3 hours. And this is how it looks. I have a mirror right here in front of me. I'm in the bathroom. I mean, so far so good, but I do have a little bit of like creasing, but since I applied it, those little creases are there. Let's just make sure that they don't get worse. And I do like it way more with the yellow pomegranate powder instead of the translucent one, because the translucent one was making the concealer look way lighter. Record earlier, but I didn't. I got home and then I started doing some other shit. It is 11:33 p.m. and I'm gonna go record now and give you my final thoughts. This is how the concealer it's looking. We already had it on for 8 hours, I will say, and you see the little creasing right there. That pretty much been there like the whole time, you know, like right after application and you blend it and you set it, the creases right there, they're there, and then they do get a little worse. I just finished recording. Let me show you my under eyes one more time before I take it off, because I still have to film, but I'm gonna take all this and I need brand new makeup. But look at this, it's creasing. Alright babes, I'm back and it is 12:47 in the morning. I was in a mission and a half with this concealer. I had to work for 3 days to really get my shit together. It was playing games with me. Alright babes, I'll bring you closer. I lower my lights and this is what we have. You look first. See how we do have some creasing in both of the sides. Normally my creases, they stay like right up there by my lower lashes. They don't really go so far down. But these ones, they're like up to like right here. Like you can actually see them. You know, normally I get a little bit of eyeshadow, blend it there, and it goes away. But I can blend eyeshadow like all the way down here, you know. You see how the concealer looks weird right here? Some of it came off and it's like peeling. in both of the sizes here too. Like if you look at my under eyes right now, they look worn the fuck out, you know? Like my foundation don't even look bad at all, but it's my under eyes that is making me look tired. Me dice papi, papi, see, don't even mind me right now. I have the song stuck in my head and I've been singing it all day. Okay, what was that about? So there is a few things about this concealer that got me a little bit like... First thing, it's the shades. They definitely need more shades. 22 shades, it's not enough. I got 2N because I didn't have another choice. Like everything else after 2N, it's not my undertone. It's like cool or pink or yellow. And then I did got 3N, but I like my under eye really bright, but not too light to the point that it looks like it's not my right shade. You know what I mean? Then it's like, why are you claiming to be a full coverage concealer? This is definitely not a full coverage concealer. Maybe like medium coverage. I'm sorry if I'm busting your bubble, but it's not. Like if you look really good, you can actually see through the concealer. I know I have a lot of dark circles, I'm not sleeping well, but still, it's not even buildable. The first day I used it, I applied a regular amount, a little bit right here and then right here. By the end of the day, I lost most of the coverage. And then the second day, I applied a little bit more and it gave me the same coverage. So it doesn't matter how much you use, it's gonna give you the same exact coverage. Just remember that less, it's more. We are getting a good amount. It comes with 11 ml. The same amount that we get on the Skin Forever. This one from Tarte also comes with 11 ml. And this is just way better because the packaging is smaller. So it's better if you wanna just throw it in your purse. For your makeup bag, it's gonna occupy less space than something like this. It does have a scent. You do get the signature perfumey Dior scent that you get in the concealer and also in the foundations. So I don't completely dislike it, it's just not for everybody. I love the delicate formulation that this concealer have. The finish, it's super natural. This concealer have the perfect amount of hydration. It highlights with a little bit of glow, but not too much to the point that it makes your under eyes look dewy. Formulation, it's glowy, but as soon as you apply powder on top, that little bit of glow goes away in case you don't like that. Like my under eyes right now, they're not looking glowy at all. They look matte. But this concealer without powder, it does look a little bit glowy. See that? This is a concealer that you do have to set. The formulation is really movable. It moves with your skin. And if you don't set this concealer, it's going to move all day and it's going to be creasing. You're going to have to keep blending it with your finger. And that's annoying. Today I set my under eyes with my Pomegranate powder, but this one is the yellow shade. The first day that I used this concealer, I also set them with my Pomegranate powder, but this one, the white one, the translucent shade. That's another thing. If you are my same skin tone and you also got the shade 2N for your under eyes, don't use something like this, white, because your under eyes are gonna look too white. That day, it gave me the lighting issue. Like, depending on where I was and depending on the lighting, my under eyes were looking really light and off. So, if you're gonna set your under eyes, which I totally recommend you to do set your under eyes when you use this concealer, use something like this or something with a little bit more color. So, my final thought, no BS about this concealer, is that it's the perfect concealer for younger people. For teenagers, in my case, I'm gonna love it for my nieces. If you don't have a lot going on in your under eyes, no fine lines, no dark circles, none of that, this concealer is going to look beautiful. This concealer have a very thin formulation, so if your under eyes, they're nice and firm, it's not gonna give you no problems. You do have a lot going on in your under eyes, a lot of fine lines, dark circles, and all of that. This concealer is just not gonna do it justice. Like me, I'm getting a little bit older, so my fine lines, they're coming down a little bit more. That's the reason why it creased on me. And because the formulation is so thin, it is a thin formulation that does emphasize whatever you have going on under your eyes, because it's just so thin. You know what I mean? So the more you have under your eyes, the worse it's gonna look. And you have to watch out with this concealer because it can make you look really tired. Don't forget to let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think about this concealer? You guys know I love the whole chit-chatting back and forth with you guys. And if you already have the concealer and you already tried it out, please let us know what you think about it. Thank you again for another great video. I love you all. all so damn much, to the moon and back. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, yeah, I hope now you're considering subscribing and staying with me forever and ever. So go down below and click that little red button and make sure your notification bell is on so YouTube can notify you every time I upload new videos. Mwah! See you on the next one.